Alrighty, launch in PAL mode. Yo, Sajad. Cool. Maybe.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of evil. This is where we wrong the rights.
Let's see how long it takes for me to set this up. I don't think it'll take me that long, but we'll see. Once I go through the chunk load, which is here. No? There we go. Okay, doesn't work. Cool. How about here? Deal carry. Thanks for the good luck. I'm also pretty early today. I don't know how long I'm going to stream because I'm very tired. I'm very fatigued right now. It's just because the weather's bad. Dude, why is that a thing? Those shouldn't be solid. You can't even walk on them. I just want to practice fucking hug skip. Fibromyalgia, yes. You right, the second I is supposed to be a Y. Dude? Always a joy watching you run, I appreciate it. Okay. Can you, like, allow me to fucking just jump up there, please? I don't understand how these are solid in the first place. You can't jump on them. I just want a fucking save file that'll allow me to... I just want a save file that will allow me to do, I just want a save file that will allow me to do hug skip. But for some fucking reason, I can't get up there. I think I know what the issue is. Nope. It's just fucking impossible. I did this once, can't do it again. Just let me set up my fucking save file game, please. We even found this? Me. It's not like a trick that you use for runs. This is not something for runs. This is specifically because I'm trying to set up my save file. Damn it. Okay, I've at least figured out how to do this part. Alright. This isn't as bad as I was making it seem. Damn it. Well, that sucks. I give up then. Because I don't think that, I don't think I can trigger the cutscene in this. I don't think so, because I beat the final boss. Let me see. Last I remember, it didn't work. Yeah. Okay. You know what? It's not even practice. I'm not even gonna practice. I'm just gonna do runs. Who needs practice? I don't need practice. I don't think I do. I practiced enough yesterday. I think it's gonna be better just to go into it. Yeah, it's not that I'm tired from yesterday. Actually, well... Why do they give some NPCs like Nina enemy hitboxes? I don't know. Apparently it was a programming error, according to, if I remember correctly from JMac. I bounced. This is... Okay. Because it didn't seem like he wanted to do that. Because he did say that Tikimon, damaging players was a mistake, so I'm guessing that that's likely just an accidental oversight, but to be fair, most of the time you're not actually going to take damage from them anyways. But in the European PS2 version, it is fixed. At least Coco is. Quite a few. YouTube recommended you the stream. Twinsanity's a goated game. Yeah, game's pretty good. I was too far to the left. I mean, you have to bear in mind that the dev team, they were all like kids. They were all like 18. Push you to get damage on Tikimon during the skip. I mean, why would something that you're not fighting damage you? Like, logically it makes no sense. Also, wait, why would you take damage when you would... That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That just sounds like you're on NTSC. While in early uni. I mean, if I remember correctly, they were fresh out. So maybe it wasn't 18, but they were pretty fresh out. Move on its own, it had drift. I was too low? That was weird. I just kind of wish that somebody made an adapter that would go directly from the OG Xbox to my controller with nothing else. Possible to fly around with the hoverboard, yes. That used to be the old any percent strat. It was not very fun because the hoverboard is extremely difficult to control. Because the... It was never finished, so it's difficult to control. I mean, the thing is that, like, having to deal with adapters and shit with my controller sucks. I hate it. It causes unnecessary issues. And my controller is quite good, actually. The type of controller I have is very good for speedrunning in general. And it's also just a nice controller to have outside of the D-pad. Oh, come on! The game will crash in some chunks? What does... No. I don't remember any of that. No. You just have to die in a weird way. It only crashes if you die. Here we go. Very close to a hole-in-one. The only crashes possible are if you die. OMGG, thanks for the small stonks. It's if you die in a specific way, and there's a potential soft lock in going between Hub B and Hub A. Hub B is, Hub B and Hub A are where most of the blonde skips are. They're the first two chunks of Jungle Bungle. And it's because you have to go behind the chunk, because you can't not trigger the door. It's really difficult to dodge. Like, really difficult. And I don't think you can with the hoverboard. I am also talking about the hoverboard. I do not recall having to... I don't see where you would take a weird route. There's only one route. You don't have other chunks. Crash on emulators. It just respawns, yeah. I am not good enough to show. I'm not good enough to do it, so no. If I knew how to pull it off, I would, but I would just recommend you look at older runs. Look at older any % runs from pre-nut skip. You can find them on speedrun.com if you go through the history. Particularly Pool's old any % run. Yeah, it sucks doing it without save states. I've never gotten the hoverboard over without save states, but that's because I never practiced it. I'm pretty sure I could if I tried, but I don't want to because there's no point. Maybe you can crash between Hub C and Hub D, but that would only be a PS2 thing. On Xbox, the chunks load fast enough to where the crashes shouldn't be an issue. I can't think of any others, to be honest. Yo, Xeno, thanks for the good luck. Yep, and I found Fountain Skip. Cool. Why were you going to the left, Crash? Yes, I found Fountain Skip. The only Twinsanity, like, major any % thing that I didn't have my hands in after I became a runner of this game was Cursed Splash. I am solely responsible for people finding Dimension Skip, but that's because I was messing around with levitate code, which is also how I found fountain skip. I'm kind of surprised people don't know that. Yo, lady. Oh. I mean, yes, I have a very large repertoire of glitches I have found. I am a glitch finder before a speedrunner. Think there will be another one. I don't know. I highly doubt that there's anything major outside of Ace that can be found. Unless there is something massive like an infinite jump. Like, if there's something massive like an infinite jump or something like that, then yeah. Dude, turn around, please. Ciao. But I really don't think, the more that I'm thinking about it, I really don't think that there's anything that can really be found, at least not for Hundo, because Hundo is extremely limited in what we can and can't do. We would need to find a way to jump in midair in order to make any changes to Hundo. Someone finds a way to do lag super slide, but we already did that with NTSCJ on PS2. And that is, super slides are exclusive to PS2. Proxy slides are not, and they happen on both versions, but super slides only happen on PS2. Even then, like, I don't see what that would do. I don't see where the benefit would be for super slides. No, I can't really see anything. At best, maybe you could skip into Hub 3 without Cursed Splash, but I don't see where the benefit of that would be either. Well, you could skip a cutscene. There we go. Interesting. You could always make a community yourself. But yeah, you can do a consistent super slide on NTSCJ on PS2 by pausing. It's never really been, there's never really been much that we could do with it. I think Beta tried to skip into Hub 3 early and failed with it. Finding another means to jump somehow would make slide skip a lot better. It might also allow for getting the yellow gem and skipping Amberly in Hundo. For any percent, I really don't know what benefits would happen. Maybe it would make it slightly easier to do warp skip.
A power crystal.
But the rest of any percent, maybe skipping Totem Hokum too. But any percent's pretty tight. There's not really much we can do with any percent. There's even less we could do with Hundo. Because basically everything in Hundo is locked, particularly by the gems. And trust me, I've gone over a lot of things. I've gone over a lot of things with Hundo. I've done a lot of, like, thought experiments and checking and all that stuff. I see the possibility of finding a new skip to be very low. I don't think it's impossible. It's very nearly impossible for Hundo, though, because a Hundo just doesn't have anything to work with. Hundo is very close to just being optimized enough to where, like, we are less boggled down by creativity and more boggled down by the gems themselves, which sucks. Like, looking at the Amberly skip, that's basically the level of creativity that we need to work with, but Amberly's the only thing we could really be creative with. Because it's the only thing that's still relatively untouched from, like, pre-sub 110 era twins. Most likely, if I were to guess what the next skip is going to be, which, I mean, honestly, if you find this, I will fucking love you forever. Is clipping into the arena, clipping into the Mecha Bandicoot arena. If someone finds that, you basically solve the majority of Hub 1. Because, it's very easy... Yo, Pete. It's very easy to, it's very easy to fall into Cavern. It's very easy to fall into Cavern if you're already inside of the arena. That is the most likely thing that will happen, and also it makes all Cavern entries consistent because the cutscene acts normal. Because there is no hoverboard crash. Come on. So Crash isn't moving around randomly and he'll always land in the hole, so you don't... There's no potential for soft locking or hard locking or anything. It would make Hub 1 way easier. Because then all we need to care about is Cavern. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Hover Skip. I think Hover Skip is really cool. And I worked very hard to be quite consistent at Hover Skip. But if we didn't have Hover Skip, Hub 1 would be a lot easier to reset to. But yeah, that's most likely the next thing that is going to be found is a clip into the Mecha Bandicoot Arena. After that, there's not really anything else we can do. Unless somebody finds something brand new. If someone somehow finds a way to pull off, Cursed Splash from, the Ice Climb checkpoints, which isn't possible, but if they did that, then we would save time off of, doing Cursed Splash and we can skip an entire cutscene. Going into Hub 4. Second try's not bad. If somebody finds a new way to get text storage, during the run, we can skip Amberly in all levels, which is gonna be like 20 seconds of time save. Forgot where I was for a second. What do I think Amberly's first name is? Madam. Honestly, she kind of looks like a Megan. Yikes, I almost failed that. Jeanette? Why? Oh no, is Pete... I think Pete is cooking. Her first name has to start with an A. Not Alicia. Amber, Amberly, imagine. What just happened? ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? ¿Y tú cómo andas? That was unfortunate. Usually the camera is not turned that way. I've actually never experienced that before. That was really weird. It's a shame because that run had brower strats. Yeah, don't expect great things from me. It's raining pretty bad, and that's kind of spiking up my issues. So, I am I'm a little tired. And I slept pretty well today, too. But yeah, it really sucks that we just can't do that much with Twinsanity right now. Unfortunately, we have reached a limit of what the simple mechanics of the game can really provide. That was weird. Damn it. It also would be very nice if I didn't have just like a specific adapter works. It depends on the model. Depends on the model of the OG Xbox. Mine works fine. Yeah, if I don't get anything today, which I'm gonna limit myself to an hour and a half, I think, of attempts, and then see where those go. If I start getting anywhere, I'll continue, but I mean, I said I was gonna stream today, but unfortunately, I don't know for how long. You'd be surprised how draining Twinsanity is doing runs of. I really don't know how the fuck I was capable of doing like 10, 12-hour streams a couple years ago. Because like now, it's a little rough for me to do more than 3. That sucks. But I mean, right now with the fatigue, it's probably gonna be it's probably gonna be not even 2 hours, I think. Like, I'm sure on a good day when I'm not exhausted, I could if I'm, you know, like, very well rested, I have a good breakfast. Just existing. Maybe you should get that fixed. Existing should not be pain. I mean, right now, existing is pain for me, but I have a chronic illness. I can't exactly, like, turn that off. I almost did the TAS thing. Yo, hang on. The gods blessed me? Crazy? Roarin'. Roar. Menace. I did Terminator first try! Okay, I made it in. Nice. That is exactly what we're talking about. The game is being nice. That doesn't mean that I am capable... That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm capable of performing. We shall see. But yeah, I apologize if I'm not my normal upbeat self right now. Unfortunately, this is the me you're gonna get today. You're a bastard. You're gonna hit me. Fuck off. Actually, I'm wearing my coat even though it's not that cold down here. I should probably turn on the heater too. That'll at least, make sure that my body temperature stays regulated. Yeah, one of the things that kind of sucks about fibromyalgia is that, if things get too cold or too hot, it kind of triggers it. You submitted Titans any percent and Bash memory manipulation to BSG? Dude, let's go. That's gonna be sick if you get in. Yeah, it kind of sucked because I woke up this morning. I woke up pretty early because I went to bed early. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a shower. Took a shower. I had a pretty good breakfast. I had some leftover, a leftover Philly cheesesteak thing from my dad. Had to pick the onions off. And I also had a leftover Dairy Queen chicken, which was nice. And then I drive up here. I knew it was gonna rain. Or I drive up to class, and then it's Russian. And then all of a sudden I look out the window, and it's fucking pouring raining, and I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like tired, and I'm like, oh no. I wanted to stream today. GDQ is coming to Gamescom in Germany. You'll be away during that time? F. Being 10 seconds ahead is very nice. Being 10 seconds ahead after Cavern is very nice, because it means no broer strats. Also, I'm not sure if anybody has ever really noticed, but the reason why I always bring up the HUD is it's a stim. It's a huge stim of mine. I've been doing it since I ran Crash 2. I mean, sometimes I actually do need to check my life count or my Wampa count, but most of the time I don't. I do it because it's a stim. Yeah, like what, 7 or 8 times that I've just done it since I said that? Yeah, all of those are stims. It sucks because, when I'm playing Silksong, I do it. And Y is my dash button. So sometimes I just dash off of a platform and I'm like, fuck. Okay, if I didn't move forward, I would have gotten stuck. Hey, if I get good totems, I'm not complaining. I wasn't getting that. When you get nervous or excited, you start blinking a lot. It's probably a stim. I mean, it might be a nervous tick, but ticks are completely involuntary. Stims are not entirely involuntary. They're partially involuntary. As in, you can stop stimming if you want to. Ticks are, completely involuntary. And a lot of times they get worse if you try to prevent them. Dude? Okay. Okay. Yeah, ticks are entirely involuntary. It might be a tick. Yeah, like I'll show you. I can actually completely stop pressing the Y button. Because all it is just a stim. I'm just so used to doing it when I do slide jumps. Okay, I'll let myself stim. Outside of that... Ooh! Antipsychotic that prevents you from doing those? Sometimes, like... If you have ADHD, you can have tics because of anxiety and other things. And sometimes, a lot of times having ADHD, you get stimming is a way to prevent anxiety. But a lot of those do happen as a result of like stress or built up energy. And it's usually not positive. There's underlying causes for certain things, like trauma, and some people just have tells, like, some people just react in specific ways to feeling specific ways, which is one of the things that people do when they gamble, is that a lot of people have tells based on certain things, and if you're very good at reading them, because a lot of the things are involuntary, people do certain things when they do things like lie. It's a natural response to try to relieve themselves of stress. And a lot of those things are involuntary, though usually way more complex. It's not like how they show in the movies, like, you know, somebody will flip their hair whenever they lie. That's not usually what happens. It's usually something way smaller. And it can also not even indicate anything at all. Dude, the same thing happened twice. If it happens a third time, I'm switching to the European version. Usually, unless you have Tourette's, though, most tics can be eliminated. Well, you don't have to say that. I'm just giving examples. I was very far away. I'm surprised I actually even got that. There are very few people who are capable of not showing any signs of discomfort. You get nervous telling the truth. I see. Because you don't want to make it seem like you're lying, then I think a good way... Well, like, a lot of people will understand if you're telling the truth, if they know you. Because, like, you know, for example, I'm an overly honest person. I also kind of, like, get a little nervous if I think somebody doesn't believe what I'm saying. Because sometimes I do say things that a lot of people are like, what the fuck? I mean, I grew up with one sister who had bipolar and another person who was autistic who was, masking the bipolar. So I grew up with a lot of, like, lying and manipulation. And I've been very rebellious against that. Struggle to look at people in the eyes, that is a very common trope in autism. Eye contact is very normal and very, like, natural for the majority of people. But people who are autistic generally have issues with eye contact. It's something to do with stimulation. Obviously, you shouldn't take any medical advice from me, but it's like, are you autistic? Probably, Pete. Most of us speedrunners are on the spectrum. That's why we have issues with that's why we have issues socializing. It's a reason why drama happens frequently in speedrunning, because a lot of people are autistic and don't know how to handle social situations. It's just the truth. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, it's just like, that is a big reason why that stuff happens. I used to have issues with eye contact, but I worked on them. A lot of eye contact issues were generally just from social fear rather than anything else. It feels like they're drying out. Oh, that might be something else, to be honest.
Yes, the crystal is mine.
For me, I've learned to mostly look at people in the eyes. I mean, I'm most likely on the spectrum. But then again, most speedrunners that you talk to, fitting into society has nothing to do with fitting into society or not. Eye contact is also a learned behavior. But it is a learned behavior that is in just about every single culture. For example, in Hungary, it is very common to stare at people for longer periods of time, because that in Hungary means that you are being more honest. The longer you look into somebody's eyes, the more honest you are. However, in Japan, it is actually rude. Most of the time. It signifies either you love the person or you want to fucking hurt them. So a lot of times, there's eye contact rules in Japan. But you generally do not look at somebody directly in the eyes in Japan. And nobody will look you in the eyes. Most of the time, it's either the forehead or the chest or the mouth. I generally go for forehead if I'm talking to a Japanese person. Neat little fun fact about that, by the way. That is the reason why in Japan, or in anime, a lot of times you don't see the person's, like, the person's eyes directly or in the middle of the shot, because they're never the focus. So all Japanese people are autistic. It's possible that their social norms were developed by somebody who was autistic. There's a weird amount of, like, similarities between autistic symptoms and Japanese culture, which is, at least my hypothesis about that, is the reason why so many autistic people love Japan and Japanese culture. I am fairly certain that whoever established a lot of those cultural norms, those people were autistic themselves. Because it's weird how many similarities there are. Usually, what I do if I get a little uncomfortable looking at somebody in the eyes is I'll look away or I'll look at their mouths and, like, I'll cycle between, like, say, the forehead, the mouth. Because I also do kind of need to look at somebody's mouth in order to easily comprehend what they say, just because I have listening issues. Yeah. But eye contact is also very important in general. But yeah, in case anybody was curious, yes, the majority of speedrunners are autistic. Or have some level of, social deficit. Because a lot of people that go into speedrunning usually have some level of, like, atypical behaviors that either cause them to consider themselves social rejects or something very similar. And when you think about that, a lot of things start to make sense. Especially the reason why a lot of speedrunners tend to become very close to each other. This is the first good totem I've had in ages. Now it kind of sucks, but... Oh, jumping actually makes that way easier. Interesting. From afar is fine. For me, eye contact from afar is, like, impossible. I do not like it. Does being on the spectrum have something to do with being able to do things over and over again? No, that doesn't make sense. Like, yes, the repetition is an autistic thing, but speedrunning is not repetition. Because if you go by that logic, then basically any hobby like speedrunning, which would be like gymnastics, playing instruments, would be autistic as well, which is not the case. Now, the way some people deal with it, yes. But, no, it's not just like the, just because it's repetitive. But yeah, no, you're not really doing the same thing over and over again. Speedrunning is all performance, but in order to perform, you do need to do things over and over again. The thing is that people who have difficulty doing things repetitively can also do speedrunning. Because speedrunning isn't really about that, it's about the performance, so you practice. You're building skills. That's a totally different mindset. Like, there's a very clear difference between just playing a game over and over and trying to beat it casually versus speedrunning. Because casually, there's no goal, there's no abilities, there's basically no real reason to do it. You're doing it for the sake of doing it. Speedrunning, while it can mean that doesn't mean anything. Now, I would say that a lot of people who have difficulty adjusting to new strats, yes. That would be is diving into a certain thing and hyper-focusing on it. Yes. That's what the part that fits. It's like an esport, right? No. Esports are a totally different shebang. Because esports are competitive. They are competitive by nature. Sports are competitive all by nature. Speedrunning is not competitive, it is performative. Because the thing is that with sports, any sport, you are looking to beat somebody. Speedrunning, you are not looking to beat somebody. The speedrunning can exist even if there's nobody else. Look at what I'm doing. Like, speedrunning, competition in speedrunning helps, but it is not what keeps speedrunning alive. What keeps speedrunning alive is community. Community and findings. Sports require competition by default. Like, golf, you can't have golf unless somebody's beating somebody. Like, any football, American football, soccer, whatever, it is impossible for one person to play. Basketball, same thing. Impossible for one person to play. Now, somebody can be super good, but they still need to beat somebody. Running is not a sport unless you're actually, beating somebody. Now, here's where the thing differs. Gymnastics is not really as much of a sport as it is a performative art. That also happens to have competition. Skating. Figure skating, same thing. You practice a routine and you do it. And you practice a routine and you do it. I don't know, it's just always felt to me like sport, if something is a sport, it kind of needs something other than just, like, the performance aspect of it. I wouldn't consider speedrunning a sport.
Well, a power crystal.
It's way too difficult for me to categorize it that way. Performative sport is still a sport? Okay, sure. I would categorize it more as a performance art rather than a sport. Which is why I'm being pedantic. I already have all the records. Yeah, and? What about it?
Yes.
Speedrunning, at least, I would consider it more art than sport. All it is just a performance that you're improving over time, and everybody works together to make it better. Yep, I'm allowed to quit whenever I want. Which is not right now. I've said many times, and I'll say it again, I am not a competitive person. How is it a sport if you don't have to be fit to compete? Doesn't matter. Sports are mainly entertainment. It doesn't matter if the person doesn't need to be athletic. It's just that most sports require some level of athleticism. I think, for example, what was that one sport called where, like, you basically have to, like, launch something, some kind of disc or whatever, and then you have to clean the floor? That doesn't really require being fit. But then on the other side, people think that racing doesn't require being fit, but it really does. Because of the amount of G-forces your body feels. I'm not talking about snooker. Good point, though. No, competing in snooker requires a lot of, stamina because of how long the games go. Curling, yeah. Snooker, you're standing for like 6-7 hours, and you also have to concentrate for that long over entire days. But curling doesn't exactly require that much athleticism. Oh no. Not that fucking number. Sion! Did Halo 2 Remastered come out yet? Is it time? There you go. Nope. Bear chase of all levels is so satisfying. He's in high charity. Okay. No one plays snooker for 6 hours. Have you seen the competition? Have you seen the championship? I might die. May, June. Nice. Oh, come on. Come on, man. That sucks. I do have some updates for you later, if you want to do a call. I'm not going to be streaming for too long. Come on, man. There you go. Pause. Yep. I don't know, that's not what... That is not what my friend who watches a lot of snooker told me. And I literally just talked with him the other day while he was watching the championship game. I would be more inclined to believe him, no offense, because I've known him for a long time. Neil, thanks for the good luck. It's fine if this isn't a great run. Doesn't have to be amazing. Honestly, I should be resting right now because of the whole fibro thing. The weather is fantastic. I wish it were fantastic here. I wouldn't be having all these issues. It's very rainy right now, and it's about 12 degrees Celsius. Come on, there we go. Second time I've reached ice climb today. Let's see how Uka Skip goes. Unless, for some reason, I don't reach Uka Skip, which would be weird. Okay. That almost killed me. Cool. Bit like summer. It's been mostly like summer here. But I say mostly because, like, Mother Nature kind of does what she wants in the Midwest. Yeah, I imagine. Of course I got the slow death. I don't even know why bro is talking about this. It takes a lot of energy to be able to do a lot of that. Okay. A lot of people don't realize how much it takes to stand for long periods of time. And a lot of people take that ability for granted, by the way. Come on. Right now, it's 12 Celsius. Cortex. Cortex. Cortex! Come on. I kind of wish it were 29. But I also wish it weren't raining because I would be, I would be in a much better position. By the way, Sion, somebody was asking yesterday how they get a Latina girlfriend. Understandable. You think Crash Bandicoot needs a wife? I don't think so. I think he should just stay normal. And, like, not complicate things. Don't give Crash romance. He doesn't need any of that. Well, it depends. Yeah. I don't think we need to complicate a silly orange marsupial. That's sad. Bro's really coming in here and saying that? That's crazy. Can I, like... Yeah. Like I said, I don't think we need to overcomplicate a silly video game made for children. Says the 31-year-old who is playing a children game. I don't know, I don't care. Why are we talking about this? Do I like headcanons? No. Unless it's appropriate, no. More people ship Crash with Cortex. Yep. This is why I don't like. This is why I don't like any of this kind of talk, because people are fucking weird about all of it. All I care about is funny orange marsupial game fun. Are you really... Like, I just had this discussion yesterday, and no offense, but are you really coming in here just to talk about your own opinions? Like, I respect you have an opinion, but opinion talk is never fun. Yes. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but opinion talk has never been very fun for me. I mean, we could do it from time to time when it's topical, but just talking about the game, you have not said a single thing about Twinsanity. And I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna happen. If those start, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like, well, I like the music. Debates are fun and interesting. Opinion talks are not debates. Don't get me started on that. That was not... That was not an invitation for people to start actually talking about their opinions. If we start doing this, I'm not gonna lie, like... Let's talk about something else. Why do we use the Xbox version? Xbox version is faster. There's a couple of different skips that are easier. For all levels, it doesn't matter too much. But for, like, for example, this is better on Xbox, that particular ledge, but it doesn't really save much time. It's mostly just because faster loads. Try studying. Understandable. The retro room? I wish. That would be cool. I would like retro console. Probably the OG Xbox. I do like the Wii though. Come on. Go, 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 go. Fuck. Man. Was so close. Uh-oh. Oh, I like the GameCube. I like the games. I don't like the GameCube. No. I don't like the controller either. Okay. I would like to keep the topic a little more Twinsanity oriented. If we can kind of keep it more like that. Or rather, more Twinsanity speedrunning oriented. Like, I know, and I get that you guys like a lot of the stuff, but it's a good idea to make sure the chat doesn't get completely overwhelmed with this kind of talk, if that makes sense. It also does not help that I'm not in good condition right now, so I'm less tolerant than I normally am. So I apologize about that. Can we even say about the game? I don't know. You realize I am the streamer though, right? Never finished Twinsanity. You could do retro achievements. Yeah. Good word of advice. Not a good idea to argue with the streamer. I think it's funny. Yeah, there's retro achievements for twins. I don't like the set, but there are. A lot to say about it all the time, I've noticed. Yeah, I can say on a day I'm feeling better, we can talk about other topics. And I'm gonna be a lot more fine about it. Today, no. I do apologize for being a buzzkill, but, well, it's one of those days. What is the skip I hate the most? That we do, or that we don't do? Or that we have done in the past? Any fountain skip. And the second worst is the classic warp skip where we used to do the body slam. Might be Crystal Crazy skip. Crystal Crazy skip is random. I don't exactly hate it. I just hate doing it. Fountain skip I actually really don't like because it's not a good skip. It's way too hard and too inconsistent. It should never really have been a thing. I also really don't like nut skip. My favorite? Skip. I don't know. I don't think Crash went in. Academy of Evil skip. I don't know what my favorite skip is, to be honest. Can I stop bouncing, please? What's Fountain Skip? No, Fountain Skip was found in 2014. I think. Is 2014 or 2015 Boiler? No, that's not my favorite. Whoever told you that? Fountain skip is a very old trick that we used to skip across the gap at the beginning that we now have replaced with nut skip. Fountain skip is notorious for being extremely hard. Nothing in Boiler is really hard. Except for Pipers. Dude, can you just work, please? I do like Cursed Splash. But, Fountain Skip was also considered the holy grail of Twinsanity speedrunning because it was theorized for a very long time. And it turned out I was the one who found it. How does Cursed Splash work? There are two components. The first component is that you're combining Splash Teleport, which Splash Teleports... Yo, thanks for the good luck. Splash Teleports... there are two components for Splash, and that's entering the water and dying. These are two separate processes. They're not the same. This is why when you, like, slide into the water and die, you teleport back to, where you splashed. So you can take this and basically, like, splash somewhere. The game saves your coordinates, and then if you die in a water plane without getting a splash animation, you teleport to those coordinates. The second thing is Cursed Warp, which happens when you when a checkpoint is triggered while you're in a different chunk. So what Cursed Splash does is it sets up a Splash Teleport and a Cursed Warp, to where you can basically teleport into other chunks as long as you are close to them. It only works with very specific chunks and with very specific checkpoints. I don't know what that is. But that's how Cursed Splash works. Game. Can you please just let me run? Yes, Cursed Splash is a combination of Splash, Teleport, and Cursed Warp. I'm going to switch back to this disc. I'm going to switch back to my childhood disc and see if I can get anything out of this, because I can't get runs for some reason. Engine skip. There's not much to say about it. You get zombie and you fall. That's how that works. There's nothing particularly special about skipping engine. And no, it is not possible. Engine skip is not annoying. The issue is bringing zombie through slip slide. But Actually, performing engine skip is very... It's not hard. It's pretty easy. I'd put it at about a 4 out of 10, max. Stressful? Not really. Skip tier list? Nah. Most of my tier list would be, does the skip suck? Is it easy? Is it hard? Or is it cool? That's it. And the majority is like, it's easy, with a couple things being hard, a couple things saying this fucking sucks, and then that's it. It's not very fun. I don't really rank tricks. I don't like overcomplicating things. I'm a simple person by default. If things get overly complicated, they don't interest me that much. I mean, it's not like I prefer simple for everything, but for this stuff, I don't really think about, like, whatever. It's either I like it or I don't like it. Yo, aimed. Either like it or don't like it. It's either easy or it's hard. Damn it. One of your best friends play twins for the first time? Nice. How did that go? "100% route is complicated." It's really not. People overcomplicate it. And it's because most people, when they're thinking about the current 100% route, I'm sorry. That was weird. Okay. What most people think about is every single individual action of 100%. In reality, the majority of 100% is the same between standard route, and both cursed routes. The only difference is that you're moving things around. The majority is the same. All purple gem strat? No thanks.
Yes, the crystal is mine. Keep back, you weak-minded fool.
Yo, MGG's thanks for the stonks.
Crazy.
Going to eat a big-ass burrito with avocado? Dude, nice. I wish. Yo, Colty, thanks for the good luck. What the fuck is going on? Okay, everything wants to go wrong. Interesting. Yo, you cope up. Thanks for the good luck. interesting. That's like... what? 4 new chatters I've seen? Not exactly doing very well today. Famous? I don't think I'm famous. I'm ahead without brower strats. That's kind of a miracle. Stu stopped playing Twins, so you had to check out. Oh, nice. I mean, fair. I am a little sad that Stu stopped running Twins, but I'm not surprised. Considering he got second place on the leaderboards, that's kind of nice. I'd like to see him at least get a 106, but that would take a little bit more effort than the 108. Okay. I'm starting to get that jump again, which is nice. Okay. So is that the Zoe guy? I don't know. I currently do not have much of an opinion. Hundo, yes, I think most people should learn classic Hundo, at least. Hundo's not that hard. I move like Mike Tyson in terms of Twinsanity. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even... I don't get what that means. I appreciate it, but like I still don't understand. Like, bro say I got the moves like Jagger or some shit. I don't know. There we go. I am only undefeated in Twinsanity until somebody else gets here. It's gonna happen eventually. That somebody better will come along. I'm surprised I was high enough for that. Okay. This is quite a good, Whee! That's very good for movement. I used to do that. Biting the ear off of the game? Who do you think I am, Ozzy Osbourne? Good luck with the run, thanks. I've been the fucking Prince of Darkness since 1979. I think you're the one on the fucking crazy train. I think most people in my chat are not old enough to know that commercial. That was a really good... It sounded like Paul McCartney, Imagine. All of those who don't know... Have the world record for eternity? Most likely not. That's not how this stuff works. There's always going to be somebody that's going to come in and is better. You know, Mike G. Pro Tyson, Imagine. Imagine if Mike was my first name. That'd be crazy. Not, Buenas. Ando con mis pies, obviamente. ¿Y tú, cómo andas? Soy ser humano. Only takes one big upset. To upset all the leaderboards forever. I mean, to be fair, that is what I did. More like G-Pro... I know exactly where you're saying this. I know where you're getting this from. True, though. Okay. I mean, most people know my first name, actually. Qué chistoso. It's not like I hide it. My first name is Thomas. I make the skips look easy? I do, don't I? You're the first person to say that I seem like a Daniel. Thomas Tyson, I got the titty. That's crazy. But no, a lot of people know my first name. Also, hey, August. I think I threw him a little early. I did, yep. Slide, okay, fuck you. Come on, come on. Can I, like... Okay, there we go. Damn, Daniel. That wasn't that great, but it's fine. I don't know, I'm not... Damn, Daniel! Por autodidacto. If you don't crash en la escuela, técnicamente no. Técnicamente por autodidacto y con mis amigos por el internet. Ay. Date a girl named Mike Tyson? The fuck is that kind of a question? It's a really dumb question. Okay. That was almost bad. Llevo 17 años aprendiendo español, así que... Name butt cheeks. I mean... Understandable? Yeah, like, the thing is, a lot of people say, and a lot of people want to start learning Twinsanity because they see me do all this stuff, and they'd be like, they're like, wow, this stuff looks really easy, and it's like, no the fuck it's not. This game is really hard. I make it look easy because of the amount of practice I have. And like, I break down a lot of the tricks and stuff. So, like, I kind of, like, look at them and I analyze them so I can figure out how to do them better. Okay, do I get mother skip? See, that's the real question. Do I get mother skip? Nope. So I lose 10 seconds. Damn. That slopes push you around? They do. They actually do. That's not something that's normally talked about either, but yes, you're right. Slopes do push you around and they affect you. Ooh, this is bad. This sucks. I don't have a mask either. Whoa. It's gonna be more like 15 seconds, I think. Got a 100% of the game when you had your PS2. RIP. Yeah, slopes affecting movement is something that I pay attention to a lot. Yo, Rosas. But I don't talk about it often because there's no reason to. It's a lot more the MIDI group. Can the people on YouTube see your messages? Yes. So that is what the Restream bot does. Restream bot, the Restream bot relays, the messages to, between platforms. It's a neat... Okay, that is an awful time loss. That's like 7 seconds. Might be more. Might be 10. Fuck you. It tried it again. I don't know. Am I on kick? No. Anybody with self-respect is not on kick. And what a lot of people are gonna say is, yeah, but Kick has such a good, like, it has such, and this is true, Kick does a 90-10 revenue split. And that is very good, but you also have to bear in mind the majority of the money Kick makes is based off of gambling. Targeted specifically at kids. That is the reason why they are capable of, like, that's why they're capable of having a 90-10 split, because there's a lot of people that are falling victim to their stupid shit. Like, I was surprised to hear that they started having some standards. How does the gambling even work? I mean, basically, it's people who, encourage younger people to gamble. There's exploitation that goes on. I mean, you can look it up. They don't really get their money in nice ways. I do not fucking like what they do. They're very shady. They don't exactly have a good track record. Doesn't matter how young. Yeah, it's anyone. It doesn't matter how young. They exploit the fuck out of their audience. Is because Twitch banned gambling, yes. That is the only reason why Twitch existed, why Kick exists. And it's where a lot of people get banned on, Twitch. That's the reason why they go to Kick. Like, I know of one person, and I respect why he switched over to Kick, or was switching over to Kick, because he's in Latin America. Not a lot of Latin Americans actually watch Twitch streams. And the thing is like, he makes more money off of it and he needs the money. Yo, Jacob, thanks for the good luck. But I still don't like Kick because of a lot of the, because like I am very anti-gambling. And they very much so exploit it. They exploit it a lot. I do not like that. I'm very against that. Like, some people's lives were... some people's lives have probably been ruined as a result of Kick gambling. And that's the thing with gambling, and a lot of people say, well, that's the thing, never bet more than what you're supposed to, but it still preys on that. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't like it. Some people think subathon's sub goals are predatory. I mean, it's true to some extent. They can be, depending on how they're like ran, but at the same time, the streamer does have to put a lot into doing subathons, too. There's, like, yeah, it's trying to get people to give them money, true, but at the same time, sometimes, like, that money is necessary. And that person, like, as subathons go on, but yeah, it's just not nearly as bad as Kick. Does not breed the greatest community, that's very true. How are they gambling, like, on websites? Well, breeding? Oh no. I mean, if you want to, you can look it up. I don't know why you have to always disagree with everything. That is indeed what Google is for. I read that pretty well. That was pretty good. It was interesting to me when I saw that people were getting banned for, like, yeah, that's one way. I heard people were getting banned for racism on Kick. That's enough info for you? Yep. Rigged in the streamer's favor, plus not their money. Yep. Essentially, there's also rug pulls with crypto. Rug pulls with crypto. That you'd have to check it out. Yes, us people that got banned now stream on Kick. Yep. G-Pro coin. You already earn it. You can use it to sacrifice to the pause fridge. Come on, man. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Whatever. I'm not gonna save much time, but I'll just take it, I guess. I'm tired of resetting.
Well, a power.
At least they banned Johnny Somali. How to make pickle cake? Google it. I don't know how to do that. I am the wrong person to ask. This is quite slow, actually. Pickle cake sounds like the worst thing ever. True.
Yes, the crystal is mine.
You'd be surprised the weird things. Do I hate Cavern? Why are you asking me that?
Minded fool, avert your gaze or you'll go crystal crazy.
Bro's asking the weird questions again. It may have been almost a year, but I have not forgotten. Okay, interesting. Have I tried Whataburger? We don't have that here. Please don't come in and spam my chat. I think Whataburger's a Southern American chain or an Eastern or Western. I didn't even know that it existed. Isn't it like Florida or something? Southern, mostly in Texas. I haven't really traveled much. I mean, yes, I lived in Japan for 3 months, and I just went to Mexico, but, like, I haven't really traveled that much. Never been to Texas. I don't think I've... Well, I mean, I stopped at, in Las Vegas for my flight to Mexico. That's basically, like, the most south I've ever been. Only learned about it. How to be as cool as me? I'm cool. That's crazy. I thought I was lame as fuck, to be honest. I'm just good at this one orange marsupial video game. And a couple of other games. How to be as lame as me? You start by being cringe. Very cringe. It's deserving a remake? Neither. Okay, go over the fence, you motherfucker. Okay. Yay, I got it. One. Okay. Jump. Apparently, though, like, people watching me play this game think I'm aura farming. I don't really understand how running this game makes you look like it's, look like you're aura farming. That does not change my answer. You must be set because you don't know how not to be cringe. If you had the money, you would remake Twinsanity. Understandable. I like the game as it is. You can always just recompile the game and, try to find the prototypes, and then you can add all that cut content. Then you wouldn't need a remaster, you have the actual game. Because you don't know how not to be cringe, I mean... What if you're not actually cringe, though? If you're so cringe, why are you not in cringe compilations? You're recompiling right now? Let's go, dude. But you are free? Understandable. That are actually working on it. Yeah, the thing is that they're amateur devs. Which, I mean, and no offense to them, right? But, unfortunately, that doesn't, it doesn't exactly, like, bode well for actually making or remaking the game. That's the problem with a lot of people who, like, do fan remakes, is that usually they're amateurs, and by the time they actually start, like, getting good at dev work, they start actually working on jobs. So, remakes are almost always doomed to not be very good. It sucks. Was Open Goal wasn't a remake, it was... Open Goal was basically like a remaster. Or like a decomp, yeah. Decompilation of Crash, like Open Goal, I mean, yeah. A job application. Whoa. I might be needing one of those soon. Unless you donate all of your bank accounts to www.paypal.com/gproneedsfuckingmoney. That doesn't actually exist. Don't send money there. Buenas. ¿Cómo andas? Yo, thanks for the 1 biddy. I got rejected. That's crazy. Todo bien. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to probably need to get a job soon. Is that enough for me to speedrun full-time? Fuck no. Save your money, though. Okay, that is the third time in a row I've gotten the slow death here. Why would you debate that? It's all a cappella. Am I gonna start working as a teacher? No. I don't have credentials. I could do tutoring technically, but I threw it a little late. That might still work though. That sucks. It sucks a lot, but it's fine because that's early, but it's still okay. Why? I had no choice but to just go for it. I should teach Japanese. I'm not qualified for that yet. You couldn't even finish the semester? Yeah. That is starting to be a theme in modern post-secondary education. Okay, I need for this to not suck balls. I jumped early, still got it. Okay. There was no synthesizing back when they made the soundtrack for this game. The most computer generation they had was like Microsoft Sam. They were all vocals. Oh. I mean, I could technically tutor somebody that's N4. N4 or above. Some Phineas and Ferb music, true. Oh my fuck. Dude, this game is just kicking my ass, just like yesterday. You know what? I'm switching to European. I'm switching to the European version. That's crazy if true. How? It's like like that's very clearly. How are we? Not so great. And that's very clearly a cappella. Very clearly a cappella. Just like you? Damn. Is there just less lag in this version? Yeah. You could do a lot of stuff with enough audio engineering. If you've seen, like, how some people, like, make music with other things, am I feeling better? No. I have been declining ever since I started stream. Nice time talking. Take it easy. I have not been getting better. I'm just in a slightly better mood. Now I'm starting to get too hot. Oh boy. That's not good. What kind of differences are between the NTSC and PAL versions? On Xbox, there's, on the European version, there's a lot more audio glitches. Certain cutscenes are not desynced. Like, for example, the, embryo cutscene. The embryo cutscene and, what's it called, and when you get introduced to Nina, both of those cutscenes are desynced on NTSC, on Xbox. There's a couple of minor differences, too, like you can get a save warp on NTSC Xbox, which is not useful for speedruns. And there are minor differences in how the game registers stick inputs. There's also, different font. There's a different font for, the European... For the European, European languages. I let go of the stick and I still bounced off. Yolindar, thanks for the good luck. I still fucking bounced. Also, if you want to know where, like, my headspace is right now, I feel like I've been streaming for 4 or 5 hours, and it's only been 2. And the weather is just... I mean, it's all because of the weather. Unfortunately, when you have fibromyalgia... Tag Team Racing was acapella. Spiral Mouth only does acapella. Well, they don't exist anymore, but... Yeah, so, I mean, in case anybody doesn't know, I mean, I talk about it a fair bit on I talk about it a fair bit. And this is also not to say, like, oh, feel bad for me. I have a chronic illness called fibromyalgia. It is a chronic pain disorder. And it causes a lot of other shit, including fatigue. And right now, the weather's unstable. It has been unstable all day. So, I will not improve for the rest of the day, and probably for a decent amount of tomorrow, because the rain is bleeding into tomorrow. Which kind of sucks, because I was looking forward to doing some streams today. And then it was just, I was in my Russian class, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh no. I look outside. It's pouring rain, and I'm like, uh-oh, and then I'm starting to feel like very fatigued, and I'm like, ah, fuck. I may not have made it in. I think I bounced out. I bounced out. Yeah. Huh? Weather like that too? It's probably because you're older. No, that didn't sound weird at all. What happens with fibro is, it's a hypersensitivity to it, but the thing is that a lot of people, especially once they get into, like, their late 20s, early 30s, you're 22? Damn, that shit's hitting you hard then. Sounds more like stress, though. Doctor, what kind of medication am I on? I don't take medication for it. You think I can, like, with basically free healthcare? No, I can't. I can't get treatment for it. I'm lucky I could get my ADHD medication. Fibromyalgia, I just deal with it. It lightly rained. Yeah. There's a massive rain system going over Ohio right now. Luckily, it's not, like, bad weather. It's just rain, but fibromyalgia doesn't exactly, it doesn't react well to rain. It doesn't react well to anything, really, but... Oh, come on, man. But yeah, no, I don't take medication. I just deal with it. I have planned once I actually, like, leave the United States. Do I use a mobility aid? I do not. I used to have, severe mobility issues with my foot because I had a surgery that didn't heal. But, about 6 months ago, it like, basically vanished. Because I, like, stretched it in a weird way. And then I was just all of a sudden able to walk without severe pain or a limp. So, I had been dealing with that since I was 13. And now, I mean, I don't really use a mobility aid, even though I probably should for when, like, it starts getting really bad. Like, here's the thing, I am not very embarrassed about talking about any of this stuff. How did I miss? How the fuck did I miss hover skip? What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not shy about talking about it. I just don't talk about it because, one, nobody asks. The best when something random fixes issues you've had forever. Yep. It's been about 6 months now, almost 7, and my walking is almost, I think, what I could consider normal, because I've had foot issues for so long, I don't even know. I deserve that. Do I have particular exercises routines? Nope. Yo, Tulo, what's up? Thanks for the good luck. Nope, I just deal with it. I will most likely have to start doing exercises, though. I'm actually doing... This is a pretty good jungle bungle. Surprisingly. Okay, camera's doing weird shit. Jump, jump. You're fucking serious? It's very unusual that I am incapable of getting out of Jungle Bungle. This is extremely unusual for me. Yoga does not particularly help with fibro. It's a completely different beast. Your muscles and your nerves don't exactly work the same way as a normal person's. Like, for instance... For instance... Mopping is very bad for, yeah, it mitigates it. It doesn't fix it. Fibromyalgia does not get better with time. It is not, that's why it's chronic. The only thing that exercise does is allow you to have the strength to fight through it. It doesn't really add pain tolerance as much, because that doesn't really work. Most stuff doesn't really work. It also causes, food issues. And food issues make it worse, too. Treatable but not curable, yes. Mine is not bad enough to really require that much treatment. That may change in the future. I'm kind of curious to know what that popular treatment is. Oh, you mean marijuana? Yeah, getting high, particularly like weed, is very good for it. But again, not everybody like goes well with it. I'm not really interested in that. I've been high like once in my life and I despised it. Oh no? Interesting. Cymbalta. Oh, my mom. Does she take that? Did I wig out? No, I needed to take, hydrocodone because I had surgery in my foot. They cut bone out. I hated it. I didn't take the opioid. I wasn't taking the opioids for chronic pain. We didn't know I had fibromyalgia until a few years ago. La pálida. Basically have an anxiety attack. We just call it being overly high. I had to take the opioids because they cut bone out of my foot. That was the surgery that I had. Greening out? Yeah, I guess so. Might have made your mental health worse, yeah. Like, basically the whole foot thing was, I'm flat-footed, and some people with flat feet have this thing where, like, opioids for chronic pain is awful, yeah. A lot of people with flat feet, like, they get, some of their joints, their joint kind of fuses with the bone around their ankle. And then there's a very small subset of people where the body hates that and attacks it. It was probably also caused by fibromyalgia, to be honest. But, I mean, well, we didn't know any of that stuff at the time. So, I decided to have surgery when I was a victim of medical malpractice the first time and then let it go for like 2 years. And then we went back to a doctor because I was taking, NSAIDs. Very strong NSAIDs, by the way, and it was fucking up my stomach. So, we saw another doctor. The doctor said, like, dude, this is a super easy diagnosis. Don't know why the doctor missed it. Looking at me like, yeah, you got fucked over, kid. And, I decided that I was gonna have surgery. So I had surgery on it. And, it was grueling. I forgot to take the medication once. It was very bad. I punched my wall. And then I had to hop to the kitchen to take it.
Yes, the crystal.
That was several weeks. It kind of sucked. And then it never fully healed. Like, the nerve didn't come back the whole way. But up until, like, you know, 16, I think about 16, no, hang on, I need to do math. 13 years later, it turns out the muscle wasn't bad, but I have had serious limping issues and, like, severe foot pain that I've had to just go through throughout more than half of my life. And then all of a sudden, just fucking stretched it, boom, good. I mean, I still get the random pains sometimes, but they're nowhere near as bad. And I have about 90% of my feeling in my foot recovered now. Whatever happened, it's kind of a miracle that over a decade of foot issues and I can still, like, walk perfectly fine. And the muscle was not damaged in any way. Try that to start if they let you. We'll have to see. You had to get a root canal once. I was dumb and didn't go to the dentist when my one wisdom tooth came in. It was not fun. I failed this. Cool. I'm gonna be like +5, I think, now. Honestly, I felt worse. Dude. Okay, I was +6. I've never really had tooth problems, though I have pretty bad underbite. You're kidding, right? How did that fail? Without being put to sleep to save money? No. No, you tank the cost. What people don't realize about teeth is just how strong those nerve endings are. Don't be brave to save money. Trust me. Bad idea. Holy shit. I'm 20 seconds behind my last run. I think I'll still be ahead, but not by much. This is a very bad hub one. I mean, I just let my wisdom tooth grow in. It still kind of messes with me. Yo, Lito. I have seen better days. And that's fine. Weather is making old man tired. And achy. After you had minor oral surgery? Damn. Hey, look at you go. And once I actually move out of the United States, I'm gonna take better care of my health because I'll have actual access to healthcare. But nowadays it's really hot. Yep. Climate change, imagine. Oh, I'm not even gonna be ahead. I'm still gonna be behind. Only summer and winter. I still live in a temperate climate. A bad hub 1 can be offset by a good hub 2. And hub 2 is like the most, Hub 2 is the most important hub. Because it's where, like, the majority of my time save is gonna be. I mean, look, I almost have 40 seconds of time save if I do really well. That is the first time I got the fast death today on that pipe. That was perfect, actually. Yep. How people speedrun and reading chat, you just practice it. Holy shit, that was fast, okay. You just know when you can read. Lacking the creative juices. Rip. What the fuck, man? Dude, it dropped like 3 fucking body slam inputs. I also said if I don't PB today, I'm waiting until after finals are over to do runs. So, don't expect me to stream until next Thursday. I did say that while watching Stu. There's just like, I don't want to get too tilted running all levels because I don't have a lot of fun running this category. It's kind of boring. It's not as fun as Hundo is. Yo, Baker Pop. It's not as fun as Hundo is, and, I still remember the last time I was grinding for sub 1, which took several weeks after I was supposed to stop. And I didn't even get a good time. Like, that 5940 was not very good. I was very unsatisfied with it. I don't know how I got a -6 earlier. You like this game? Nice. What about an all cutscenes? Ew. Appreciate you. Okay. I'll do this. I will go until attempt 1240 or next time I reach up to. If I reach up to, last run of the day. And then you won't see me until Thursday. Next Thursday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is last day of classes, but then, finals. So, yeah. I might even actually stop after next attempt if I reset. Ooh. Okay. That was the literal best case scenario. Ooh, okay. The pain is starting to set in. Alright. No, this is the last attempt. I did not realize... Yeah. If this run does not seem salvageable, I'm gonna just stop. I play Super Meat Boy? No, I don't really care about Meat Boy.
Yes, the crystal is mine. back, you weak-minded fool! Avert your gaze or you'll go crystal crazy!
Majority of my time playing video games is either speedrunning or playing co-op games with friends. I don't really care for other things, though I may do a couple of casual stuff on the side this summer. Interesting. Okay. Depending on how this hub 1 goes is going to decide whether I keep running or not. Okay. Damn it. Surprising I'm still ahead. Okay. It's gonna entirely depend upon if the rest of, like, if I start having these weird issues, I'm just gonna end the stream. And I am starting to have them. Some people might not notice any of them. I'm noticing them. But might still be able to pull off a decent run. Let's see. Okay. I'm not Zem, though. Damn it. That's faster. Okay. Okay. Not sure why you're bringing up those things, and Jak and Daxter does have a speedrunning community. Those have nothing to do with Twinsanity speedrunning, though. Understandable, I guess. I don't need to know that. I appreciate that you like that, though. But I'm sorry, I cannot say I'm interested. Sorry. Okay. Welcome back, Sion. Eres espalda. There you go. Real Twinsanity, buenas jugador. Gracias por la suerte. I'm very locked in right now. Damn it. Still gonna lose 10 seconds.
Ladies? Excuse me, madam. Are those real? Mother?
I only lost 4 seconds. Okay. I was supposed to lose a lot more than that.
I've never been so humiliated. No amount of treasure could ever begin to compensate.
Treasure, eh? Bonza.
True. Tried it again. Didn't work that time, but it tried killing me again. I hit my thigh. It stings. Yes, we know there's a lot of people that actually really love this game, though. I honestly do not get the perception of people saying this game doesn't get love. It does. This game is not niche. Trust me, those kinds of opinions I've heard 1,000 times. Song for how to sped up in emos. Emulator sounds good. Because it was made to also be sped up. I think it's about 6 seconds of time loss. It's... yeah. That death just sucks massive dick. Eight seconds. I'm right behind my best split time too. Okay. All right. Okay.
The rats are leaving the sinking ship. Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll let you go.
Silence! Looks like we'll have to wring it out of him. Embryo, get changed.
Okay. Hardcore intensity? No, rooftop is really not that intense. Rooftop is one of the easiest levels. He almost hit me. The next couple of splits will decide it. Buenas. If I get past, if Boiler is good, If boiler is good, this is going to be an incredible run. Right now I am on low 58 pace. The fastest pace I've entered boiler in, pretty sure.
Let my brother go.
Why are some metal floating boxes near Brio's Island? That is to hold the checkpoint.
Ruined, thanks to Perky here. Must be repaired, and only one person can help.
If the checkpoint weren't there, you would get zombie. And you would be soft locked.
Delightful. Obviously, I've made a few modifications here and there. Quickly, to my private dirigible. Set a course for Madame Amberley's Academy of Evil. Come along.
Do I just split it a different place or what? I am now 6 seconds behind. But... okay. It didn't give me the slide jump.
The old alma mater. As a former student myself, I'm well acquainted with the many secrets.
If I get a good boiler, I will be on best pace. If I get a good hub 3, I will be on very good pace. You're kidding. Come on. Not really much I can do about that. Wampa snipe is ridiculously precise. Okay. Boiler's movement mostly simple. I mean, I guess. What was those? What was that, dude? Huh? What does that mean? Nice spoiler, except for losing about 10 seconds to, Wampa Snipe.
I have no idea what you just said.
But I can at least calm down for now. I can kind of chill until it's time to do classroom. This will be fastest pace. I guess I'll see what message I missed on Discord. Oh. Nothing important. I lost so much time to the Wampa Snipe and I saved 9 seconds. That is illegal. I almost hit this cycle too. That's even more illegal. Neil Flowers, thanks for the good luck. That was an okay classroom. It's been better to me today, not really. Sorry if I don't talk much, I'm locked in. I'm ready to finish this category. Okay. Oh, you bastard. What? What? What?
Found us! To the airship! Quickly!
What? I lost so much time. What? I lost so much time. How did I get a best seg there?
So, Crybaby Cortex is all gone up. I see you found employment as a barber.
I'm an evil scientist!
I mean, technically I'm almost sub 58 pace, but I don't think I'm getting that. $10 best seg? No. Yo, Princess Samoyed. Yo, Anderson, thanks for the good luck. This is me comparing to my best segs. Is about to do it? Maybe. We'll see. It just depends. There's still a lot to do, yes. This will decide exactly how good the pace is.
Come now, as we explore a new dimension! Should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time.
Damn it.
Your fur is so
Okay.
soft and warm.
I got the first jump, I didn't get the others.
Evil
I took too long.
Come along!
That's all, it's 20 seconds. The sub is still possible. I don't need to save that much time to get the sub either. I'm minus 38 right now, so I'll still be able to get the sub. But getting the sub 58, I'm getting the sub 59, I think I'm gonna be done, to be honest. I really I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to play this.
Niece.
I don't want to play this category much anymore.
Think.
Just like the last time, I don't want to play this category anymore. Okay. Bring it home. That was really close, by the way. Dude. Okay. I only need to save 3 seconds to get the sub.
There they are. Let her go. Take me instead.
Ah, fuck. Get out of my way. Okay, I need to save 20 seconds.
This is where
and I
we
only
all
have about
arrive.
40 seconds, so...
Passed under the rug.
Antagony in my PB is fake, but it has like a little more than 30 seconds of time save. So I just need to not suck. And then, we get the sub, and then we can just go home. Everybody type in all caps, here it comes, no spaces. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wow. It's not the fastest antagony I've ever had, but pretty damn good. You may all be attached to the PB now. You can all, everybody can freak out now. It is going to be about a 58-40. Came back to this. I mean, the run's not that great. But historical moment, not really. I mean, it's a new sub, I guess. I mean, I could still mess it up, but it's most likely not gonna. That's a lot of shots that missed. Okay. All right. I mean, it's sub 59. Yeah, better than no sub 59. There we go. Weird I'm not shaking because that wasn't an amazing run. To be fair, I'm gonna be fair. Noob Lord, thanks for the GGs. I'm gonna be very fair. This run, like, it could have been so much better. I mean, look at this. No brower strats. Lost time on on high seas due to a death. Hub 3 was phenomenal. Hub 3 was really good. Failing, what's it called, failing hug skip kind of really, hurt this.
You know, Crash, for all these years
But I mean,
wrong about you.
a 628 antagony after like 52 minutes of doing runs, that's pretty good.
Of that mistake. But I've learned something from
I'll take a picture of these splits, and then I'm gonna save.
bury them. I never want to see your ridiculous face again.
Let's see what my any percent antagony was. My any percent antagony was pretty good. 621. So this was only 7 seconds slower than my any percent antagony. So there we go. Honestly, I'm done with all levels. I don't want to play this category anymore. 100%. I'm gonna go back to 101. I want to get at least the 101%, or I mean the 101. Classic I might go back to and try to get the 105. And I honestly don't know what I'm gonna get into no dimension skip, to be honest. But yeah. Finally got that fucking run. Finally PB'd. Oh, I hate all levels, man. I fucking hate this category. Well, I don't hate it, I hate running it. I'm not getting sub 101, I'm getting sub 102. Okay, let's see if there's anybody to raid. Doesn't really look like it, no. I wasn't even supposed to stream. But there's Draco. But I just don't feel like putting in the effort to do any raids or anything. Sorry. Sorry, guys. No, sub 101 is not happening. Sub 101 is not happening. Don't get like, what's it called? Don't get too in over your head about my own abilities. Trust me, it's not happening. Sub 101 is not happening. I'm not even gonna try to make it happen. Yes, of course it's easier. I'm more practiced at it. I am a 100% runner. I am not an all levels runner. I am not even an any percent runner. I am a 100% runner. No, I don't think so. Okay. You know what? Because I'm not rating anybody, I'll give you guys a resetless any percent run. And then I'll end the stream. I want to just... So I was thinking of trying to get 57 in all levels. I think 5840 is perfectly fine to end on. This will be sub 8, imagine. Sub 1 hours just is not gonna happen. Unless we figure out, like, a really good way to, like, unless we find out a lot more about how Twins movement works and we learn how to optimize it, sub 1 is not happening. It can't happen. Yeah, but someone hour all levels already happened. I'm surprised the bat didn't go through the wall. I think that's pretty good considering I haven't even done... Considering I have not done Cursed Splash in like a week. I mean, at least this didn't take like several hours or several weeks. This only took like a week. Well, 2 weeks actually.
Enter in Moritz's stronghold of evil. This is where we wrong the rights.
This is almost sub 10 pace.
The rug.
Never mind. The game is really being a dick. New fear unlocked. That was last frame jump. That's good. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense considering the fact that, like, I spent so much damn time working on any percent. I'm just consistent at it, and I don't even really think about it that much. And the fact that I have to do, Vortex, Antagony, and Hundo. A&E%, take Isla, you missed me, get the 58. The run kind of sucked, but I don't think I'm going back to all levels. It gets boring fast. It's frustrating. And konnichiwa, Ali, you missed the run. Game loves to spite me. Yeah, Hundo, or well, any percent doesn't wear me, but at the same time, like, I mean, I like doing no resetless any percent. Resetless any percent's very fun. It's too competitive and scary. Buenas, superior. Estoy al punto de acabar el stream. Well, it's not sub 11, but it's still sub Dio. I'm sure Dio's gonna love that. Dio really doesn't like the fact that I can sub his time and no resets. Yeah, I'm not rating anybody, so I'm just doing any percent. Now I know people love watching any percent. Maybe I'll just do a stream where I'm just like doing nothing but no reset any percents. Would people want to watch that? Just me doing no reset any percent runs for like a couple of hours? Seems boring to play, but fun to watch. It's actually pretty fun to play. It's just not fun to do competitively. Yeah, subbing most people in a no reset in Hundo, it's not that bad. Oh wait, it is sub 11. What the fuck? Oh. Short categories. Any percent's quite tolerable. What is the most prominent category? 100%. I just beat Dio's any percent run. Most prominent is 100%. For sure. You know what? Let's do another one. Listen, I want to have fun with this game. I have not been having fun doing all levels. This is fun. Doing any percent is fun. Yep, what Kylie said. Transition from all levels to Hundo would be easy. Yeah. Pretty easy. Okay. Used in anything other than any percent? It's used in no dimension skip. Okay. You know what? I can't play anymore. I can't play anymore. I'll double check to see if there's anybody that I can raid. Again, I don't think so. One more. What could go wrong? I don't think so. Hopefully a speedrun tutorial for all glitches and skips. Maybe someday. If there's nobody, I am just going to fucking leave. I need to lay down. There's nobody. I'm probably not going to be back until after finals. What's next on the list is no dimension skip. No dimension skip, then I'm gonna go to the classic route for Hundo, and then I'm going to finish out with getting 101, and then I'm gonna learn a new game. That is exactly what's going on.